Well, celebrities, politicians and sports stars have continued to express their shock and grief at the death of Chadwick Boseman, who died on Friday after a private battle with colon cancer. The actor made his name playing the iconic Marvel character King T'Challa in Black Panther. It's still extraordinary to think that he's gone, actually. In this memorable car chase scene, we see Chadwick's character dramatically transform into his superhero suit before jumping from roof to roof. And he was already suffering with colon cancer whilst filming this show. This particular film. It's incredible.
Well, yeah, one of his final roles was in The Five Bloods, filmed last year in Vietnam. He starred alongside the Wire actor Clarke Peters, who Chadwick called one of his idols. And Clarke Peters joins us now. Good morning to you, Clarke.
Good morning.
I think we're all still coming to terms with the dreadful news of Chadwick's passing. What sort of a man have we lost?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. We've lost more than just a star. You lost, and I'm not too sure that we lost. I think that he served his purpose. We've lost a very sweet soul. We lost a fine actor. We lost a man of integrity. We lost a man. What we've gained, basically, is a man who I think put a lot of younger people of color on track. If everyone has a purpose in life, he certainly played the role of a hero in many, many ways.
It feels like, Clarke, though, when I say lost, yeah, he gave so much and he helped so many young boys. I mean, if he'd been a lot older and had done that film in the 80s, he would have inspired me. I mean, there were no characters like that for boys like me. But he had so much more to offer, didn't he? I mean, if he'd had lived to a ripe old age, he could have done so much more, and that's the tragedy.
Well, you know, we're living in a time where things are moving kind of fast, aren't we? You know, he had to be here for the time that he was here to do what he did, and he did it well. I think that somebody said he's resting in peace with the angels, and I said, no, he's probably flying with them right now and is very active as the ancestors are behind the scenes, you know. So time is an interesting thing to look at, you know, and we use it accurately, then we can all progress. You know, but I think, you know, as a person who believes very deeply in God, and having had that conversation with Chadwick as well, his mission is complete. You know, we should celebrate that, you know, and take from it as much as we can. Like you say, you know, if he had been here in the 80s, you would have been a different man. You know, for most people of color, you know, we needed to have these heroes, you know, who are not pimps and who are not killers and who are not robbers and who are not drug addicts, so forth and so on. That was my generation, you know. I had to look to a Sidney Poitier and try to find that, or a Harry Belafonte to find that, you know. And unfortunately, Bill Cosby, when he was at the height of his best game, you know. So for people of color, we need to have these heroes here because there's so much against us in this world.
And there is a legacy now of incredible films. Actually, the film that you were in with him most recently, just talk to us about that. It was filmed in Vietnam. When was that? We've got a picture of, you know, a selfie of the two of you together.
Yes, he was. It was. We were shooting in Thailand, actually. You know, and when I look back at that time, I have to say, with a little bit of regret, that I probably wasn't the most altruistic in that environment. But hindsight teaches us a lot of things. And what I'm addressing is basically, my wife asked what Chadwick was like, you know, and I was really excited to work with him, you know. I said, well, I think he's a little bit precious. And she said, why? I said, because he's surrounded by people who are fawning over him. You know, he's got a Chinese the practitioner who's massaging his back when he walks off set. He's got a makeup lady who's massaging his feet. His girlfriend is there holding his hand. And I'm thinking, you know, well, maybe the Black Panther thing went to his head. But now I have to I regret even having those thoughts because they were really looking after him.
Oh.
Nobody knew. You didn't know. Nobody knew he had colon cancer. And, of course, the way he was acting all the way through that, There was nothing...
You don't know.
You wouldn't have known.
Know.
He didn't act tired or sick in any way.
Listen, we were in 104-degree weather, running with equipment up to 40 pounds on our backs, going through these scenes. And that young man, I'm sorry.
Clarke, it's completely understandable.
It's,
You've spent so much time with him, and then when you didn't know, how were you to know about his behaviour? You were not to know.
And your honesty, I mean, to be honest about what you said to your wife about him when you didn't actually know, and you weren't to know, and it would be understandable to have that view. But your honesty, it's so hard when things like this happen. I'm just looking at a quote from Stevie Wonder, a great human being who will silently... who, while silently suffering with terminal cancer, still used his talent to be a vessel which he would, with that God-given gift, inspire. He battled through it, and you had no idea. And that's
what it is. It's a God-given gift. And if you don't believe in God, then you're missing something.
Can you tell us a bit about the film as well? Because, of course, I imagine now that there will be hordes of people wanting to devour, you know, anything. Many of us thought we had years and years to sort of see more of him. You know, Black Panther is a really important film in my house. You know, I know it's a 12A, but I let my son watch it when he was 6 because I thought, I want him to know at 6 that this exists. You know, I want him to see an all-black cast. I want him to know that that's part of his life, that it exists for him. And I remember seeing another video of, you know, parents of young black men going, you know, my son has grown up with Obama and now you. You know, these are important figures. Just tell us a bit about the film and what we will see of Chadwick. Of course, there's lots of questions now about when things will be released. There's another film that was due to be previewed today that has been delayed.
Yes. Well, our film is about 5 men. One of them has left the plane of life, and the other 4 go back to find him. How ironic is that? You know, and it's a bit of it's a bit of Sierra Madre. It's a bit of a buddy film. You know, it's a bit of the politics of what black men were going through in Vietnam and today in America. And Chadwick's role is the role that he's played in life. He plays the hero. He plays the one who grounds us. He plays the role of the man who spurred us to go on, knowing that we would get to the end and that we would all get home. You know, he's also the one that said, you know, the money that we are looking for should go to the community because so much has been taken away from the black communities in America and around the world, I dare say, and even continents, I would even go so far as to say. So his role in that was very strong, and I can't get over how close it is to life. You know, how one is mirroring the other.
It's clearly touched so many people. The final tweet from Chadwick's Twitter account is the most liked tweet of all time. It was, I mean, not so long ago, it had 7 million likes. That just gives you an idea of how this news has been taken and how much of an impact he had on all people's lives. I mean, not just black people.
And what will happen, do you think, with Black Panther 2? I don't quite know where in production or if it's already started production. How can you make films? You've been in the industry for so long. How the legacy has to continue, doesn't it, of Black Panther? But can it continue without him?
You know, I was having that conversation yesterday with a friend of mine. You know, and the art, the craft of acting, it takes a lot of responsibility. And once you understand what your responsibility is as an actor, you become very discerning about the roles that you take. Unfortunately, we are in an industry that doesn't respect the real craft of acting, and nor does it respect the power and the responsibility that actors have. Our industry is one that they could CGI him in at any point in time, you know, and what you lose there, you know, is the human. what you lose there is the energy that is very subtle that an actor brings to a role.
Do you think
the
that that's
nuances.
what they'll try and do with
I have no idea what they'll do, but I certainly hope that they don't do that.
But could they replace him with another actor? Which actor could take on that role and not feel that they are filling the shoes of somebody, you know, incredible who has passed?
Well, they could have an old actor do it.
Ah! Well, he would have aged, wouldn't he, of course, in Black Panther 2 into a very debonair older man. And yes, indeed. I mean, in a way, it would be a great tribute to him. I mean, you know, he saw you as one of his idols. And I suppose looking down from above, he would probably very much like you to do it.
Well, you know, when I saw that, you know, I was just, you know, I've got an ego too, you know, and to have a cat like that really be in your corner, I have to say, feels exceedingly good. You know, I didn't realize that he felt that way, you know, and that's my blessing. That's my blessing, and I will accept that with gratitude deeply. Yeah.
Well,
I was looking forward to working with him myself. You know, I really was. You know, because you know, my kids. You know, and having seen it myself, I was moved just like you were moved. You know, even at this ripe old age, you know, to see a hero like that in an environment like that. You know, with everything that culture has to offer the world being celebrated again. I tell you, it was spiritually uplifting, just fantastic.
Well,
Fantastic.
Clarke Peters, it is wonderful to talk to you. I'm sorry it's under such sad circumstances. It's really good, and thank you for your honesty. Thank you very much for joining us on Good Morning Britain.
Thank you. Have a good day.
And you. Wasn't he lovely?
Yeah.
I mean, just so thoughtful, and to be able to find some humour too, and some integrity and honesty in how he felt about seeing him on set and not realising he thought he was being all, you know, princessy, if you like, you know, with all these entourage and not
It's so
knowing.
honest, because that's the sort of thing most people would say, well, I'm not going to say that bit because that doesn't paint
Makes
me
me
in a
look
good light.
bad, yeah, but now he realises.
Yeah, we realised that he was getting the massages, he was getting the treatment because he was struggling with cancer.
Incredible.